Welcome to Critical Health News' weekly video Bright Bite with pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
What do you want to talk about today, Jonty?
Well, I think we should cover one of the big ones today, Ben. How about cholesterol?
I love it. One of my favorite subjects. So much to talk about when it comes to cholesterol. One fascinating thing about cholesterol is only made by animals. Plants don't make cholesterol. So cholesterol is the distinguishing molecule between the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. And this is why we find that cholesterol, well, this is related to the fact that cholesterol is involved with movement and it's involved with thinking. It's an energy generating and a brain power generating molecule. So if you don't want to be a fern plant, you don't want to be a vegetable, make sure you're supporting cholesterol metabolism, not suppressing it. Most important thing to recognize when it comes to cholesterol is your body's best friend. In fact, if I had to come up with the single most important and multifunctional molecule in the body, it would be hard to argue with a pick of cholesterol. Cholesterol is involved in brain health, it's involved in muscle health, it's involved in the immune system. You can't construct cell membranes without cholesterol. That means you can't have healthy cells without cholesterol. And cholesterol is a raw material for the building of steroid hormones, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, all your feel-good hormones, as well as your stress management hormones, as well as vitamin D. In fact, it wouldn't be a stretch to say vitamin D is cholesterol, and cortisol and estrogen and testosterone are cholesterol, and progesterone, pregnenolone, and DHEA are cholesterol. These are all steroid hormones that chemists will say are derivatives of cholesterol, but functionally, if you look at the structure, they're basically cholesterol. So this idea that there's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol is ignorant biochemistry, and it should never be spoken of by a healthcare professional, in my opinion, because it misleads people into thinking that there's these good cholesterols and bad cholesterols, different types of cholesterol, and you can shut down the production of one and increase the production of other. Nonsense. Cholesterol is cholesterol is cholesterol. There is just one molecule. It's called cholesterol. What doctors will do is they'll assess the quality, the goodness or badness of cholesterol by the direction it's heading. So that if cholesterol is heading into the liver to be stored, they call it good cholesterol. If cholesterol is heading out of the liver to be used, it's in the bloodstream, they call it bad cholesterol. It's the direction of cholesterol that determines whether it's going to be called good or bad. HDL and LDL, likewise, are not cholesterol either. HDL is a carrier for cholesterol, and HDL tends to carry cholesterol towards the liver, hence it's good, and LDL tends to carry cholesterol away from the liver to be used, hence it's bad. Okay, that's the first thing. Cholesterol is arguably the single most important molecule in the body. In fact, if you wanted to shut down the health of an entire culture, one of the greatest strategies would be to give them all a drug that would lower or poison their cholesterol-making manufacturing machinery. So cholesterol is a vital, vital, vital chemical molecule in the body. Now, the question then is, why do cholesterol levels rise? Why do they get too high? What is the cause for what is called hyper, meaning too much, cholesterolemia, too much cholesterol in the blood? The reason cholesterol levels, or the primary reason cholesterol levels go up, cholesterol manufacturing goes up, is because the body has been tricked into thinking it needs to be building. I think we talked about this in the past. When the body is tricked into thinking it needs to be building, or when it is really building, it will upregulate cholesterol. When the body is under stress, it will upregulate cholesterol because cholesterol is a precursor to stress hormones. When the body is in what we say anabolic mode, it needs to make testosterone, it needs to make estrogen, it needs to make fertility hormones. Again, cholesterol levels will go up. So what you want to do if you want to lower your cholesterol levels is you want to reduce the amount of sugar you put into the system, reduce stress in the body. And by the way, cholesterol is an anti-inflammatory, so when the body is inflamed from digestive issues, blood sugar issues, and poor stress management techniques, again, cholesterol levels will go up. So if you really want to lower your cholesterol, your blood cholesterol, number one, reduce your sugar. That's the fastest way to lower your cholesterol. Number two, make sure that you're reducing inflammation or stress. Again, cholesterol helps the body manage the stress response, and cholesterol is involved in anti-inflammation. So if there's any inflammatory factors getting in through the digestive system, those need to be addressed. If there's any kind of stress issues, mental stress issues, emotional stress issues, sugar stress issues, toxin stress issues through the digestive system, those need to be addressed. The last thing you ever want to do is take a prescription drug or an artificial poison to somehow shut down cholesterol manufacturing in the liver. A very interesting factor about cholesterol, feature about cholesterol, is the more cholesterol you eat, the less cholesterol you make. So eating cholesterol is actually the best way to lower your cholesterol. When your body gets enough cholesterol in through the diet, it will naturally downregulate its production. So by eating eggs and by eating organ meats and by eating dairy, you can shut down the production of cholesterol. Eggs are the best statin drug there is. Non-toxic, plus you get your essential fatty acids and your vitamin D and your protein and all the other wonderful benefits of eating eggs. So cholesterol is your friend. Cholesterol is multifunctional. Cholesterol is not elevated cholesterol, or cholesterol production, I should say. Elevated cholesterol production is not the cause of heart disease. It probably has to do with the sugar that we're eating and the elevated insulin levels that cause the cholesterol to go up, simultaneous with causing heart disease. That confuses the issue. And there's never a good reason to stay on a prescription drug chronically for long term. There are times you may need a prescription drug occasionally, you know, for an antibiotic or a pain pill, or God forbid you have a hypertensive crisis or some kind of issue that's some kind of acute issue. The object for anybody on a prescription drug should be to figure out how to wean themselves off of that prescription drug so that they can let the body do its business naturally and normally. Now, let me say one last thing. There is an issue with oxidized cholesterol. Oxidation of cholesterol can be a problem, which is why if you're eating cholesterol-containing foods, it's a good idea to use vitamin E and vitamin C and essential fatty acids and nutrients that can help protect your body from these oxidized forms of cholesterol, which are created when you cook eggs or when you cook organ meats or cholesterol-containing foods. One really interesting thing about cholesterol is the cell, which is the fundamental unit of life in the body, is coated with something called a membrane, so-called cell membrane. This cell membrane is largely composed of cholesterol. And the role of cholesterol in the cell membrane is to give the cell membrane a certain amount of flexibility. And this flexibility is important, number one, for helping things get through, penetrate into the cell from the outside. This flexibility is important for the binding of hormones to receptors that are embedded in the membrane. And fascinatingly, this flexibility that cholesterol imparts to the cell gives cholesterol what's called a piezoelectrical effect, meaning it generates electricity as it's deformed. So cholesterol not only helps, has all these regulatory roles, immune system supporting roles, anti-inflammatory roles, roles for as raw materials for steroid hormones and for vitamin D, but cholesterol is actually a type of information processing molecule, allowing the cells to hold on to electrical energy, hold on to electrons, and release that electrical energy as it sees fit.
Fantastic.
Isn't that cool?
I
Isn't
love that part about the
molecule?
piezoelectric stuff. That's really
I love
fascinating.
You know, the body has there's many places in the body where this piezoelectrical phenomena takes place. For the listeners, piezoelectricity is when a substance is deformed via pressure. Piezo means pressure, and electrical energy is released. The bones are piezoelectrical. There are structures inside a cell that are piezoelectrical. The cytoskeleton, the cell skeleton, is piezoelectrical, and the cell membrane is highly piezoelectrical, largely because of its cholesterol content. Now, do you, knowing all these wonderful things about cholesterol, would you want to stop your body from making cholesterol?
No, absolutely not. I want to go eat some eggs.
I know, exactly, or help your body make cholesterol. By the way, low cholesterol can be caused by liver issues because the liver is the main site of cholesterol production. The three main sites of cholesterol production are the liver, the intestine, and the neurons, the nerve cells.